Speaking of moments, this is all about what we're seeing on the road to AEW Double or Nothing, and we're starting with the champion Swerve Strickland, who had a great match against Brian Cage. Brian Cage, hell of a performer, man. Anytime he's
Yeah.
in a singles match, I remember his singles match with Hangman Page back in the COVID days. Like, the guy is an awesome wrestler, and Swerve and him put on a great show. But the story happened after the match was finished when Nick Wayne comes in with a low blow after Christian comes out to distract Swerve Strickland, and then they hit him over the head with a framed picture of his family, which drew some really gnarly blood out of Swerve Strickland. He was leaking pretty bad. And then Christian comes up and wipes the picture on Swerve's face to get the blood all over the family picture. Man, I am pumped to see this match. I think Christian is doing excellent work. I am pumped to see Swerve defend his belt here, and he should win. We'll talk about our predictions for the pay-per-view next week. But man, are you buying this build of Christian versus Swerve?
Yeah, I wasn't initially because I was getting a little bored of just seeing Christian Cage decimated every week. He won the title and he was just getting the crap kicked out of him every week. It kind of happened again, but it was a little better this time. Yeah, this was what this match needed to me. It needed some realism, needed some just brutalness. Although I don't have another way to put it. Just something to get me hooked, and needed a hook because I knew Christian Cage isn't going to win. But this gave it to me, and I haven't. Swerve Strickland, since he won the title, has been a little bit boring to me just because he's just been getting demolished every week. But this at least was interesting. This is leading up to that match at Double or Nothing where I know Swerve Strickland's going to win, but this gives me a little bit of doubt, gives me a little something to care about the match, at least on a personal level.
The thing that worries me about Swerve winning is, as we saw, Nana isn't there anymore. I don't know if he's written off from the attack from before, but Swerve's losing this numbers game pretty bad. And I'm interested to see how that plays out into the pay-per-view, because guys like Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus or Kill Switch, whatever his name is now, they're going to interfere in this match in some capacity. Christian is going to do those shit heel things that he's so great at doing. So how does Swerve overcome all that? Maybe someone comes to his rescue that we haven't seen in a while. I'm excited to see it. I'm buying this. And you were talking about you needed a hook for this. Let's talk about hook. And the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, again, coming out to just swaths of booze and smiling all the way through it. I again talked about my Maharaja moment of the week last week. I was loving the Learning Tree. I still am, man. Even Big Bill is doing the Buddy Jesus thumbs up to the crowd, big smiles. I'm really loving it. Are you buying the Hook versus Jericho? I mean, we assume it's going to be Hook versus Jericho for the FTW title at AEW Double or Nothing. Hook is fighting in some type of qualification match next week for that. He's going to win that match. It's going to be Hook versus Jericho. Are you buying this build at all, or are you still get rid of Jericho?
I think it's a Hook versus Big Bill on Collision. I think that's what the match is this Saturday. I don't love the feud between Hook versus Chris Jericho because I feel bad for Hook, because even with this Learning Tree gimmick, like, what does Hook really get out of it other than the FT title back if he wins it, which I don't give a shit about that title. I don't know what that title is. Yeah,
nobody does.
Overall, Chris Jericho has gone from like a sad sack on television to actually entertaining and funny. At least he's embracing it. He has self-awareness. He didn't for a long time. He didn't. He lacked self-awareness for a long time. I'm glad he's finally got it. Overall, Chris Jericho is entertaining. I feel sorry for Hook. Is just being in the storyline for the stupid title that doesn't mean anything, but it's entertaining at least, and I think Hook's on his way out as well. But that's my opinion on it. We'll see. But Hook doesn't need that FEW title back. He needs someone who can teach him how to cut a promo. So maybe being with Jericho isn't the worst thing after all.
Yeah, I will say more on the Learning Tree real fast. I do love, speaking of self-realization, I do love how he's gotten rid of the Judas song and he's coming out to this Learning Tree song. Yeah. And it's
just another Fozzy song.
Well, it's not a mistake that this song sounds like the crappy WWE entrance music we've gotten over the past few weeks with whatever that band is that's making all the shitty music for WWE right now. It even starts with him saying the Learning Tree before he comes out. Like that's not a mistake, folks. Like, I think Chris Jericho is a very intelligent man when it comes to the world of wrestling, and I guarantee you he had a hand in deciding what that song was going to sound like, and there's a reason for it. But last build we want to talk about, the last part of the mid card here. I think another fantastic moment we had to a build that we have not liked since she debuted at AEW. Willow Nightingale put Mercedes Moné through a table. And Willow Nightingale, you've been a huge fan of for a long time. She's been slow to grow on me. I thought this was an amazing moment for her, especially with that microphone at that table before she signed the part of the contract there. She was excellent in this role, and I am now rooting for her to win. I thought Mercedes Moné was an automatic win. I'm now rooting for Willow Nightingale. She has won me over. What did you think about this moment?
Well, this is what we've talked about with Adam Copeland too. Mercedes Moné, to me, Sasha Banks, whatever you want to call it, will always be a natural heel. You can do whatever you want. She's just so much better when she has like sass in her voice and she's flipping her hair and doing all these mannerisms. She's not a baby face. Willow Nightingale is a natural baby face. So this is why I've been so confused with this feud. It's like, who do you want me to boo here? Because Willow's just this bubbly, smiley, waving around everybody. Like we're supposed to be booing Willow Nightingale. So they haven't done enough to get me to boo Willow. But I love this promo. Finally, something to talk about with Mercedes Moné. That's just not her just being attacked in a room, but in the dark or something stupid. Like this is a good back and forth. And Moné slapped Willow initially. That's what caused Willow to flip out and hit the power bomb through the table. And that move, that kicked ass. That power bomb. She lifted Moné up like she was nothing. That was awesome. So yeah, I'm very, very happy that this segment happened for Mercedes Moné, and finally looking forward to it's the TBS championship, I believe, at Double or Nothing. I'm finally looking forward to that match, and there's something screwy's going to happen there. Something screwy's going to happen there. I don't know what Chris Statlander might still be involved. Whatever. Go ahead.
Willow made a point to mention Chris Statlander in that promo. Guarantee you, man. I've been waiting for this Chris Statlander turn for a while. I'm excited for it. We will talk about the entire AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view next week when we do a little gimmick with that preview of that show.